In our previous lesson, I explained how we created port groups on Virtual Switch. In this lesson, I will explain how to create virtual machines. Before we can create the virtual machine, we need to upload the ISO image file of the operating system to the ESXi data store. Now, let's go to the storage section and add the ISO file of the operating system we will install to the data store of our server. Let's come to the storage section. Here you can see the available data stores. Data stores can be hard disks on your physical server, or you can add an external storage device as data store here. There are 4 hard disks on my server. I have a total of 4 hard disks, 1 SSD, 2 SAS and 1 SATA. Here I choose Data Store SSD. Here I am viewing the inside of this disk by clicking Data Store Browser. I previously created a folder named ISO in this data store. If you want to create a new folder, you can create it from here. You need to upload the ISO files of the operating systems you will install into this folder. In order to upload, you can click Upload here, select the ISO file on your computer and upload it here. After uploading the file, you can proceed to the virtual machine creation step. For example, we have the ESXi Hypervisor ISO file here. Let's upload it. I had previously uploaded Windows images to this ISO folder. Now, let's install a Windows 10 operating system using the ISO file here. Now I'm getting out of here and moving on to the virtual machine setup. It is now uploaded in our file. You can see the uploaded file here. When we come to the virtual machine section, you can see the virtual machines I created before here. Now let's install a Windows 10 operating system by clicking Create Virtual Machine from here. Let's continue here by selecting Create Virtual Machine and clicking Next. Let's give a name here. Let's name it Client 3. From here, we choose which version the ESXi version of the virtual machine will be compatible with. Let's choose the 6.7 version. We choose the operating system family from here. We choose Windows because we will install Windows 10. Here we choose which version to install. We will install the 64-bit version of Windows 10. Let's continue by saying Next. It asks which data store we will install the virtual server we will set up here. I will upload it to SSD data store. I continued by saying Next. Here, it asks for the hardware information we will give to our virtual server. Here you can choose the CPU values. For example, you can choose 2 CPUs. You can set the RAM settings here. You can set how many GB hard disk you want to give from here. When we come to disk provision, if you choose thin provision, it will take up space on the hard disk as much as the amount of data it uses. If you set 32 GB hard disk, it will not use all of it. I usually recommend choosing thin when you are going to test for it, but if you need a 100 GB hard disk for a server when you are going to do a real installation, you can choose thick provision from here. Since we are in the lab environment at the moment, I choose thin provision here so that all 32 GB is not used. In the network adapter section, you can choose the VLAN groups we created in our previous lesson. Let's look at our VLAN options here. We have a group called No VLAN here. We have a trunk group. We have a VLAN 10 group. In which VLAN our Windows host will be, you can choose it from here, or if you are not going to use a VLAN, you can choose the No VLAN group. Let's take this user to the VLAN 10 group and continue by clicking Next. Here you can see a summary of the settings we made. You can see which data store it will be installed in, which operating system will be installed. It is compatible with ESXi 6.7 version. It has 2 CPUs, 4 GB RAM and a network interface card, and this interface card is in the VLAN 10 group. You can see that the hard disk is 32 GB and thin provision. We finish our settings by finishing. Now our host that we created has come here. We need to show the ISO file so that we can install our host. From here, I click on Client 3 and say Edit. After I say Edit, I come to the CD part. Here we will select the ISO file that we will install. Let's choose Data Store ISO from here and add our ISO file. In the ISO folder, we select the Windows 10 image ISO file. Now when we start the virtual machine, the Windows 10 operating system will start to install. Let's start our server by saving. When we start our server, we press a key here and start the Windows 10 installation. Let's continue by making the language and keyboard settings here. Let's continue by clicking Next. I start the installation by selecting Install Now. Let's choose the operating system version here. I choose Windows 10 Enterprise and click Next. Let's accept the license and continue. Here I choose Custom. I continue without updating. Now our installation has started. Now our installation is finished. Let's restart the virtual machine by restarting. As an example, I showed you the Windows installation in this lesson. You can install the operating system you want or virtual network products such as Virtual Firewall on ESX. Let's say yes by selecting the region settings from here. Let's choose the keyboard settings from here. Now our virtual machine setup is finished. In this lesson, I explained how you can set up a virtual machine on ESXi. See you in our next lesson.